Let's make one thing clear. Kindness alone isn't enough to thrive in this world. If you think simply being a good person is the path to success, you're living in a delusion.
Deep down, you know it. You just don't want to admit it. How often have you felt taken advantage of? How many times have you done the right thing, expecting acknowledgement, only to be overlooked, or worse, exploited? You've been told that honesty and integrity are rewarded, but the reality is far more brutal. The world doesn't reward goodness. It rewards those who know how to navigate it strategically. This is where Machiavelli's wisdom comes into play. He understood what many refuse to acknowledge. Human nature is inherently self-serving, unpredictable, and when necessary, ruthless. In The Prince, he made it clear. Virtue without strategy is a liability. Goodness without cunning is a trap. Ask yourself, how many times have you fallen into that trap? Consider the people you admire, those who've achieved greatness. Do you honestly believe they got there solely through good intentions? No. They succeeded because they knew when to operate in the shadows, when to use morality as a tool rather than a constraint. The issue isn't that you're good, it's that you don't know how to protect yourself. You assume others play by the same rules, but they don't. The world is full of predators disguised as friends, opportunists who can spot naivety from a mile away. And without realizing it, you've made yourself an easy target. Machiavelli offers a different approach: intelligent kindness. This isn't about becoming ruthless or abandoning your principles. It's about recognizing that kindness must be paired with a clear understanding of reality. Learn to read people, anticipate their motives, know when to trust and when to stay guarded. Machiavelli argued that it's better to be feared than loved if you must choose. And what have you chosen? To be loved, accepted, seen as harmless? But what has that earned you? Not respect, not influence. Instead, it's taught others they can use you without consequence. Because kindness without strength doesn't inspire admiration. It invites exploitation. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not telling you to abandon your goodness. I'm urging you to stop being naive. The world doesn't reward the virtuous. It rewards the shrewd. True virtue isn't about submission. It's about balance in ethics with pragmatism. Machiavelli knew that perception is everything. It's not just about who you are, it's about how others perceive you. If you appear weak, they'll treat you as weak. If you project strength, they'll respect you. How often have you tolerated disrespect to avoid losing approval? How many times have you stayed silent to dodge conflict, only to realize that silence cost you more than it saved? This isn't about cruelty, it's about strategy. Knowing when to act, when to speak, when to retreat, and when to assert yourself. Kindness is a strength when wielded wisely, but unchecked, it becomes your greatest vulnerability. Too many good people fall into the trap of believing the world values purity of heart. It doesn't. The world values power, stability, and the ability to make tough decisions. Kindness is only respected when it's backed by authority. If you lack power, your kindness is irrelevant. Machiavelli would caution you, don't be a lamb in a world of wolves. Don't let your morality make you a slave. True virtue is intelligence. It's not about bending to the world, but shaping it to your advantage. So how much longer will you let the world take advantage of you? How much longer will you be a victim of your own naivety? I'm not telling you to abandon goodness. I'm urging you to be good in a way that serves you. Learn to move strategically. Know when to smile and when to show your teeth. The world isn't fair, but you can learn to play by its rules and still stay true to yourself. Machiavelli didn't write The Prince to teach people to be evil. He wrote it to teach them how to survive. So now, ask yourself, will you keep clinging to the illusion that kindness is enough, or will you start applying real intelligence? Here's a concept few truly grasp: the perception of power. It's not enough to be strong, you must appear strong. It's not enough to be intelligent, you must project intelligence. In this world, perception often matters more than reality. Think about it. How often have you seen incompetence rise above talent? How often does a manipulator succeed while a noble, hard-working person is overlooked? This is no accident. People don't follow the good or the just. They follow those who appear to be in control. Many fail because they assume truth alone is enough, that competence will speak for itself. But the world doesn't reward those who are right. It rewards those who sell their version of the story effectively. Machiavelli understood this perfectly. It's not just about what you are, it's about what others believe you to be. Perception is everything. An insecure leader doesn't inspire confidence, even if they're the most qualified. A worker who doesn't make themselves noticed will never be promoted, even if they're the best. A person who doesn't project value will never be desired, even if they have much to offer. Mastering the narrative about yourself is key. It's not about deception. It's about guiding others' perceptions to your advantage. People don't perceive reality as it is. They filter it through assumptions, biases, and emotions. The question is, are you letting those filters work against you, or are you using them to your advantage? If you're good, but seem weak, they'll treat you as weak. If you're just but seem soft, they'll trample you. If you're talented but seem insecure, you'll be overlooked. The art of perception separates those who control their destiny from those who are controlled by others. And then there's the power of strategic silence. Information is power, and giving it away carelessly makes you vulnerable. Machiavelli warned that a leader must know how to conceal their true intentions, not to be deceitful, but because in a world where everyone seeks an advantage, the one who reveals too much is the first to be outplayed. The greatest players in history, whether in politics, business, or any other field, understood this. Strategic silence is as powerful as speech. The one who speaks the least, who explains the least, commands the most respect. Silence creates uncertainty. Uncertainty creates curiosity, and curiosity grants power. Here's the ultimate truth. Those who truly dominate the game aren't the strongest, but the ones who remain calm while everyone else loses their composure. The world belongs not to the impulsive, but to those who move with strategy and precision. So I ask you, will you keep being an open book for others to read, manipulate, and discard? Or will you become a strategist, someone who controls their image, their information, and their unpredictability to their advantage? Kindness without strategy is an invitation to be exploited. The world won't change its rules for you, so learn to play by the real ones. And if you do it well, you'll no longer be a victim of the system. You'll be one of those who shape it. The choice is yours.